Hey, I'm going to show you how to print a multiple exposure using a regular camera. Nothing fancy, just a regular old camera. All right, the first thing you might want to do to help yourself out is put the grid lines on so you can size things up. So what you do is you go to your menu, go down to where you can find grid lines. Okay, put your grid lines on. And now with the grid lines on, all right, you see the grid lines? With the grid lines on, you can size things up and know how much space you use and what you got left to work with. Okay, I printed a couple of the shots. Let's see. Too far. Okay. All right, now this is what I'm going to do. Show you a couple of these. All right. Now all these are multiple exposures. These are double exposures. But it's only limited to your imagination because you can do 3 and you can do 4, whatever. Okay. Okay, now I'm using an old Epson Artisan 730 printer, 6 ink. It's old, but it still prints good pictures. And I'm using Epson paper. And now when I print, I usually give it about 3 minutes between putting that same piece of paper back in the same way that it was before printing the second one. And with this printer and this paper, I haven't had any problems doing that. Now with this printer, it has a black and white setting and it has a sepia setting. So I'm gonna take one of these pictures. I think I'm gonna take this one and print it sepia on one side and black and white on the other, just so you can see that it's your there are no limits. That's the whole thing. There are no limits to it. Your imagination take you everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna put my card in. All right. Now I'm gonna find the black and white or the sepia setting and print the first one. Now remember, the paper has to go back in the same way that it was originally. So on this one, it comes out and flips over. So I have to turn it back to its same orientation. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, we'll just give you an idea, just a sample. All right. Okay, now the FYI segment. All right, now if you don't have white paper like I have here, if you have a white wall, you can do the same thing. Because all you have to do really is if you have a patio door or window and sunlight is coming through it, you just have the subject to the left or the right of the sunlight on the white wall, and the more overexposed it is, the better. Take the picture, alright, and then you move the subject to the other side, or whatever else you're going to use, to the other side, and have it overexposed on the opposite side, and then print the picture, and the colors will come out good like that. Now I'm going to make 2 more videos. One is going to be done with black background, and the other is going to be done with no background whatsoever, nothing needed. Now for both of those you'll need an advanced camera, but you don't have to deal with the hassle of putting on the computer and all that editing and photoshopping and all that stuff. And FYI, can you see that? Okay, back in the day when we used to do with Polaroids at the club, yeah, you might recognize them. That's who you think it is. But anyway, I picked up my old Polaroid just to show you, and the thing actually got 2 shots left in it, and the light came on, so it's actually ready to roll. But what we used to do is take a picture, bam, and keep our finger on this button here while you open and close the front door. Okay, and the picture wouldn't come out. So then you can just set it up and take your second picture, and boom. With the Polaroids, you would have a double exposure.